Before we start our formal program, we will request
with the farmers, with all the stakeholders, and this is where we are doing. We've got so much of trust over here. We've got so much of the products that we can produce.
Ladies and gentlemen, this week has been a very exciting week for us in Ministry of Agriculture. Also, my Director Extension here, Paula Tuina. We, after quite a bit of research and logical thinking, we announced the banning and importation and use of two chemicals, Paraquat and other chemicals which is using its active ingredients such as gramazone, agazone, as well as imidacloprid, the insecticide which is being used by farmers. As you all probably know that Paraquat has been having a major environmental effect as well as health effect. We just cannot continue to use chemicals which in one way is supporting our economic activity, but in another way is a cause of our own health and safety. It has also has been having a major impact on the environment. Paraquat residues were found to remain in soil for about 100 days. Its residue in crop also remains for a long period of time, and we consume those those products, and therefore we are putting our own health to danger. Paraquat has also been noted to be the number 2 cause of contributing factor to suicide, and therefore we have decided that Paraquat will be banned from importation and use and sale from 1st of January next year. At the same time, we also announced the ban on importation, sale and use of imidacloprid, an insecticide, which has been having a harmful effect on bee colony. As you know, in our commercial agriculture framework, we are promoting commercial farming, and bee farming is one of those ventures that we are promoting actively. And we cannot promote the use of a particular insecticide which is affecting bee colonies. We also found that the residual of this particular chemical was placed into honey. So we have decided that we will ban the importation, sale and use of this from 1st of January. Entire European Union countries have banned these two chemicals. Paraquat has also been banned by over 41 countries in the world. Samoa has also banned Paraquat a long time back. Paraquat has been banned by FSC. Farmers who are wanting to be eligible for the fair trade price, they've been asked that they cannot use Paraquat because it has an impact on the quality of sugar, and the residues of Paraquat were seen in sugar as well. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to let you all know that we are now also examining other chemicals that are being used in Fiji. We want to protect the health of our Fijians. The protection of health is paramount to us, and we will do everything possible to ensure that we ourselves don't contribute to lessening the quality of life of our own people. We also are very mindful of the portfolio, other portfolio that I hold, the portfolio environment, the impact of these chemicals on the environment. As you know, a significantly large proportion of our population in Fiji and the Pacific as well are consuming water from the aquifers, groundwater lands. We also have a big bottling industry in Fiji, and we cannot use chemicals which are going down and polluting our groundwater lands. So it is in this regard that we are now opening up a new era of research and examination of the chemicals that we are using, that we are importing and using, and we will make announcement in phases in terms of banning of other chemicals, which is a threat to our health, threat to the health of Fijians, and also threat to environment. Ladies and gentlemen, a very exciting time for agriculture. As you know, that we are now moving away from a farmer-led agriculture system to a agriculture entrepreneurship led by agriculture entrepreneur. We are actively promoting commercial agriculture because we believe that it is agriculture sector that can provide a sustained, strong foundation for Fijian economy. We strongly believe that agriculture should be treated as an economic sector. We don't want to treat agriculture as a welfare sector. There are people who have said that agriculture should be promoted because agriculture is going to provide livelihood. It is, so many people are, pegged to agriculture. But we are saying, no, we're not going to take that particular dimension. We are saying that agriculture is very important for the economy. It has the potential to become the major sector in the economy. And once that happens, then the other factors will be looked after. People who are dependent will be looked after. All those who are providing factors of production to agriculture sector will get returns. All those who engage in the production process will benefit, and their livelihood will sustain. So we don't want to take the dimension of a welfare dimension, because then the entire strategy will be messed up. And that was what had happened in the past. We're treating agriculture as a social welfare ministry, giving out grants and subsidies to promote production. That's not the way we want to do things and do business in agriculture. We want to use market to drive production and supply. We're going to build the infrastructure. We're going to build the foundation. We're going to build the productive capacity. But we want farmers to treat agriculture as a business, just like Johnny's shop down the road, where Johnny treats it as a commercial entity. What is a commercial entity? Where you grow for the market, you create surplus, some surplus you pocket, some you use it for your home, your family welfare, and the rest you re-expend in the business, and every year your enterprise expands. And that's how we want agriculture should be treated. We will secure market, we will provide market, and we want market to provide signal to drive production and supply. That's the thrust, that's the growth strategy that we have. Ladies and gentlemen, in this morning I am indeed honored to be here to commission the new hot air dryer and dehusking machine here at Copra Millers. Around 120,000 of our rural population depends on the coconut industry as the main source of food and livelihood. Copra, as Chairman noted, that Copra is or has been historically a very strong sector within the Fijian agriculture industry. And Copra will be an important sector. We will continue to support Copra and coconut industry because of the simple fact that coconut is a tree of life. Coconut provides a nutritional source of food, juice, milk, oil that has fed the nutritious and nourished Fijian population for generations. Coconut tree is, you look at a coconut tree and you look at all that you see in the coconut tree, it can be utilized. Whether it can utilize for sasa broom, for billow, for timber. Our coconut timber, our coconut furniture is world renowned, world class. It's targeting a different market, a very high valued market. And of course, the coconut oil can be used for a variety of purposes. And as you know, that our Fijian population have historically used coconut oil for various purposes. Every part of the coconut tree can be utilized, and it is for this reason that it's a very versatile crop. It kind of survives different weather conditions. It has also weathered and survived one of the toughest cyclones in the history of Fiji. It is a sector which does not require too much of skilled and knowledge. So it is an industry that we want to continuously promote. Ladies and gentlemen, the newest high-value coconut product, which is becoming a byword in the coconut-producing countries such as Fiji, is virgin coconut oil, known as VCO. The growing demand for VCO can be attributed to increasing medical research, anecdotal reports, and internet information extolling the beneficial effects of coconut oil on the human body. The fast-developing niche and high-value markets for VCO as a food supplement, as a body moisturizer and carrier oil for aromatherapy, as a hair conditioner, and as other applications, generating a great deal of interest amongst coconut farmers and the landowners. And it is for this reason that Ministry of Agriculture Apart from directly supporting Copra Millers, we also have supported farmers by providing them with dryers, providing them with VCO machines, so that they can establish their own cottage industry. But it is a model that we want to relook at it, because when we are collecting VCO, when you have different smallholders producing VCO, then quality is an issue. Each producer have different quality standards, and makes it difficult for us when we, through IMA, Agro Marketing Authority, when we buy this, then we have difficulty in branding it, because we want to ensure that our branding that we determine is really of high value and no one can question it. But when you have different small outlets developing VCO, then it makes it very difficult if they don't follow the same quality standards. So that model we are looking at, whether that model is the right model, if you want to buy it from them and sell it and brand it and sell it. So that is something that we want to look at. Maybe we might have to rewind that model and look at a alternative model where we have Copra Millers themselves, everyone supplies to them and they make VCO, or those who are having these small VCO machines, they can then make it and sell it in their own local market. That's okay. But for us to really target the high-valued local and international market, I think there should be a single source of supplier or one or two sources of large VCO producers who are strictly guided by the quality standards of the industry. So it's very important that we are mindful of that. Ladies and gentlemen, as Chairman alluded to earlier on, our support for coconut industry has been there, is there, and will be there. We are supporting in terms of replanting. We're providing a major grant. This year we are looking at $450,000 under the Coconut Development Program for the establishment of 1,500 hectare of coconut plantation across the coconut growing areas in Fiji. But we want to review the model where we're giving $20 per plant, per tree to farmers. I think that is not a sustainable model. I don't think it is doing justice. Farmers are not genuinely, with that $20, it's not really attracting genuine farmers. There are farmers who are not really following procedures because they want to plant maximum number of trees in a small plot so that they can get maximum $20 times the number of trees. So it's compromising on the standards of developing a sustainable plantation. And I don't think that we would want to stimulate the growth and development of new coconut farms by giving out money. That should not happen. So I think that is something that we need to review. It's not a sustainable model. We want to stimulate the growth and establishment of new farms if you have interest in it and if you see future in it. That's the commercial model that we want to promote. So I can see some smiles on the face, someone shaking their head, but look, time is there for change now. The standard status quo is not an option. So come on board with us. We are in a different mode now. We're really plowing through, and I think we are determined that we need to shake the ground in terms of some of the standard cultures that has been there. Ladies and gentlemen, our support for Copra Millers, our shareholding there is about 98.5%, whereas the growers have 1.6%, and we would want to continue to support and basically lead the agenda of coconut development in Fiji. I want to also say that whatever production activity that we do, we must do it in a sound and environmentally friendly manner. We don't want to do growth and development, which is going to tax our environment and compromise on the environment and the state of environment that we leave behind for our children. At least the minimum we can do is to leave the state of environment in a form that our forefathers left it for us, that we are enjoying now. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to assure you that we are very committed to developing of the coconut industry vis-a-vis the development of agriculture sector, and we look forward to working hand in hand with you all. But I want you to look at agriculture as an economic ministry. It's not a welfare ministry. Let's get out of that thinking. It's not a ministry which will give out handouts. We want to move out of that. We want the industry to grow, and then people will be engaged and they will benefit, their livelihoods will survive. With these words, it's my pleasure to open up this this new developments that we have here today in terms of the commissioning of the new hot air dryer and dehusking machine. Thank you, Vinaka.
Let the campare.
I'm probably one of the ones shaking the head. We just got this $20 introduction to plant coconuts. Now we got changed to this new economic platform, which is great. These people in charge seem to disappear and the market prices fall.
And it was a